Turn it this way. It's your boy J. Cole in the live. What my message at? Yeah, for sure. Uh, what up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? You got your boy J. Cole All Talk Live. Going live from right here. I just want to talk to you about something, right? First time really going live on my Mac Pro, and we're gonna test this little cigar right here. But you see the title. If you ain't here, you're watching the title, right? Now today, Texas passed a law that permits any woman from having an abortion or getting an abortion. What's going on, so Slim? From getting an abortion after 6 weeks. I want y'all to watch this video real quick. I got these shades on because I got allergies. I'm not high, but I got allergies, man. It's killing me right now. But I'm in the house. But I want y'all to watch this video real quick. And this is how a lot of women are feeling right now. Because honestly, now this lady name is Renee, right? And I'm gonna show y'all this video. And this is how a lot of women are feeling right now. I don't know if y'all can hear it.
I know as leaders we're supposed to be strong. And I'm so scared, and my heart is breaking for everyone in Texas who I know had an appointment today and now has to figure out how to fly out of state, or is it going to get their abortion. For everybody who's been working overnight to provide abortions and to coordinate travel, logistics, that shit's a beast to do for people who are traveling. So thank you to everybody, abortion funds, the lawyers who have been rewriting briefs and I don't know, whatever lawyers do. And I just, this is the moment that we've all been warning about. This is the moment when we need to show up and we need to actually make our voices heard. This shit's not just a tagline. You actually need to speak up and speak out. This is for real. I don't actually know what to do. The only thing I do know is that if we keep sharing our stories, if we keep speaking out, we keep making everyone recognize that everyone really does love some kind of abortion, and this is impacting all of us. We need to show up. I'm in New York. I've been with family, and so I'm driving back to DC. The only thing that's feeling like something I can do, want to do, is go to the Supreme Court and hold space. So if you want to meet me there, maybe 6 p.m. tonight. I know it's raining, but this is the moment. Meet me at the Supreme Court at 6 o'clock.
Now you see the video, right? Now she's talking about what's going on, Wax Dog. Salute, Wax Dog. Now she's talking about she going from New York City to DC. Can you imagine the shit they doing to women? Excuse my language, but what they doing to women right now? Can you imagine if that was us? Can you imagine you a man, period? Saying about a black man, saying about no other race. If you're a man, period, and you on your way home from prison, and they say the only way you could get home if we chop you, if we give you a vasectomy, whatever, if we cut you in half to the point where as though the only way you getting out this jail is we gonna give you surgery to where you can't even have kids no more as a male to control the reproduction of kids. That's pretty much saying that in the state of Texas, and it's gonna spread to the point where as though they're gonna make every man that's running around here committing whatever crime he did, and tell you we're going to have to eliminate your possibilities of having any kids anymore just to get home free. Will you take that? Because it's crazy how you could tell a woman how to control her body when you got a lot of women out here that can't even have kids. You got a lot of kids out here that can't even be adopted by nobody because don't nobody want them. Then you have women out here that's being molested, raped, victimized, tore down by family members. You got little girls running around here 11 years old, having babies at 11 years old by the uncle, father, brother, cousin. So now you're going to tell them, because after 6 weeks, they can't even get abortion. So you got kids running around here 11 years old with big bellies. So you're going to tell them they can't get abortion? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. The crazy part is this. You might as well call Texas guns and babies. You might as well call the state of Texas guns and babies. Because it's crazy how you're going to tell a woman she can't have abortion after 6 weeks, but you can tell her somebody that at the age of 21, he could go get a gun with no license, no permit, no training, go get a gun. But see, the setback to that is this. I'm going to tell you you're going to go get a gun, but you still got to fill out that paperwork. It's called entrapment. Because the ATF going to read that. And they need to put bodies in, and they need to put bodies in these privatized prisons. So now you telling these women they can't even have kids after 6 weeks, man. So you know how it is with some women. Some women carry different, and some women hold different. You might have a girl that's 5'5". You might have a girl that's 5'5". What's going on, Wax? What's going on, everybody in the chat right now? You know, School Troop. I see you in there. You might have a woman, right? She probably like 5'6". She probably wear like 250. You won't even know she's pregnant. She won't even know she's pregnant. She going to the hospital feeling sick. She going to the hospital thinking something wrong with her, and to turn around, she pregnant. So now she's sitting up there, don't know how the hell she got pregnant. She know how she got pregnant, sleeping around, but she didn't know how far she goes. So now she might want to go in there and say, I want to get rid of the baby. They telling her no. Now, when they tell her no, she keeps the baby. She's stressed out because we don't know her situation, how she got pregnant. So now you got laws being made to control this. Because it seems like to me is that some people is sitting back worrying about their race drinking. They worrying about their race drinking. So what they doing now is telling you and telling your girl, telling your kids, if you get raped, that's your problem. If you having a baby by somebody in your family that's incest, that's your problem. Now it's going to get to the point that I know a couple other states said, if you leave the state, or if you leave the state and we found out you had an abortion and you bring your ass back here, we're going to lock you up, put you in jail. Shit don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. How you can sit up there and tell somebody what they can and cannot do with their life. If she chooses to have a baby after 6 weeks, that's her problem. That's her business. It ain't yours. It ain't yours. You got women have medical problems, diabetes, high blood pressure. You got women that's running around here promiscuous and just having sex, man. Maybe they're not ready for the kid. But that's her choice. That's not my choice. That's not your choice. That's her choice. What's going on? What's going on, Isaac? That's her choice. Slim said they passed 600 laws in Texas. 600 laws. And I guarantee you most of them 600 laws is going to privatized prisons. Do you know that Texas have a big state of privatized prisons? A big state. Running around here. What match is that? Around here locking you up for all types of crimes. You got prisons begging for you got privatized prisons begging state prisons for inmates. Don't you know if you get locked up at Walmart, you going to privatized prisons? But nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's speaking on it. But you know, they pretty much want us to just sit up on here and beef with each other, man. But nah, I don't think that's pretty much like you violating the rights under Roe versus Wade. Just don't make no sense, man. Me and Goof, who tried to talk earlier, right? Now, Goof, he agreed with me 40%. My stance was this, right? Most of these young girls running around having babies are getting knocked up. That ain't the mother responsibility. That ain't the grandmother responsibility. That's that young man responsibility. Because if you choose to let that young girl lay up, especially up in your house or anybody else's house, and she get pregnant, that's the parent's responsibility to sit back and talk about that. That ain't the state responsibility to tell her she can or cannot have that kid. Shit don't make no sense, man. So now you can have a bunch of young kids running around in high school, elementary school, having these babies, man. Having babies. Now, who's going to take care of these babies? Now, all that do is setting up the court system for more child support, more welfare, more Section 8, more TRA. That's all it's setting it up for, man. But they're not sitting back talking about how they're going to educate these young women or educate women, period. They're not talking about giving out condoms. They're not talking about giving out more birth control. No, they talk about ending all of that. Before you know it, you ain't gonna see no condoms in the store. You ain't gonna see no birth control. All you're gonna see in the store is Viagra, Viagra, and Viagra. That's all you're gonna see in these stores is a bunch of Viagra. That's all you're gonna see. I think as men, we should stand by the women. We should stand by them, man, and support what they're doing right now, man. Because all we doing is sitting back acting like a bunch of greedy vultures and want to smash everything we see. We should be held responsible for that too. If we're going to sit up there and lay around these women and we get them pregnant, as a man, we need to stand up and handle our responsibility as men. We shouldn't have to let the Supreme Court come in and dictate how we should be or how we should treat our women once we get them pregnant. We should stand up as men and roll with it. And that's another reason why the women now is in the predicament they're in right now. Some of them, because we so busy laying up with them. As soon as the baby come along, the first thing you say is, "You saw that baby Mars?" That's the first thing we say. "You saw that baby Mars?" We so quick to get away from it, but when they lay down, we so quick to run to it. We need to be held responsible for that too, not just the women. Not just the women, because right now, Supreme Court, they just sitting back and letting it go down like that, man. You can go down to Supreme Court all you want. Go down there and march it the whole nine. They're going to keep exactly where they're going to keep it right now. Controlling the population. That's what they're doing right now. That's exactly what they're doing. Because some races feel as though they're the minority now. So since they feel like they're the minority, and I'm not pointing the finger at no particular race, but you do have a lot of races. One particular race that had more abortions in 1 year than any other race. So they sit back watching that. They sit back watching that. They definitely sitting back watching it. So what we gonna do about it? Us as men, is you gonna see the men out there standing? Because you ain't gonna see no Black Lives Matter out there standing with them women down there in Texas and all over the world right now, voicing their opinion, standing up for their rights. What we gonna do? What we gonna do as men? We gonna go out there with them? Are we gonna support them? Because times done change. You know, like I know they took the family business out of the household. They took our business and placed them in schools. So now, if your child go to school and feel some type of way and look at some type of way, the guidance counselor going to call child protective services and take the kid out the house. Now put your kid in the system. That's all that's going to happen right now. Now you're going to get more babies at your doorstep. Yeah, man, you're going to get more babies at your doorstep. You're going to get more babies in garbage cans, plastic bags, sitting at churches. You're going to get more babies out there being sold on the open market. This is about to get crazy right now. All of this is about to get crazy right now. And as men, we all need to step up, man. We really need to step up and cut the foolishness. And really, really, if you got a woman, hold your woman down. If you land up with somebody's baby mother, you land up with somebody's wife, and she come back and says she's pregnant, you got to owe up to that, man. Or you got at least got to see it through. Can't be sitting around here no more talking about that ain't my baby. I ain't the baby daddy. You can't be doing that no more. Because what's going to happen is they're going to really turn up on their support. They're going to be coming to your job, snatch you out, locking you up to take care of these kids. You think they sitting there saying that you can't have an abortion after 6 weeks? Nah. They directing that energy to men. It's sad, though, but they directed to men because now they're going to make you and force you to take care of these kids. That's what they're saying. They're going to force you to take care of these kids, man. Either if you like it or not, they're going to force you to take care of these kids, man. But see, the sad thing about it, man, if you got a domestic violence case, if you got a rape victim, and they go down there, they 6 weeks, and they haven't found the man that raped them, or even if you're a male, they haven't found the man that raped them, right? Now, 6 weeks come, they force her to have that baby. You know what that's gonna do to her mental? Because now she looking at a baby that was born through rape. She looking at a baby that was born through incest. You know what that's gonna do to her mental? It's gonna tear her down, man. It's definitely gonna tear her down. Because now she's not gonna be able to trust another man to come around her. Because now the state is telling her, regardless of what happened to you, you're gonna have this kid. And she's sitting there telling the Supreme Court that there's a lot of cases out there. She's telling the Supreme Court that she was raped in a dark alley. And she see the guy every day that did it to her. What they get? About a couple of years, about 5 or 6 years for a rape case? They don't get that many years, right? So they get a couple cases. We're going on, Ms. Lala. They get a couple years. So now she got to walk around the street choking the baby and see the guy that raped her. He home free, but they made her have a baby. You know what she's going to do with that baby? She's going to treat most, now I don't know about all of them, but some going to treat the baby like hell. They're going to take that baby through so much because the baby was born out of her being violated. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it ain't right, man. It ain't fair. Get him out of here. There you go. Yeah, sometimes you gotta get clowns up out of here, man. You definitely gotta get some clowns up out of here, man. But at the end of the day, man, yeah, it is sad. It is sad. It is sad. It's sad for a lot of women that's going through it. It's sad for a lot of women that's gonna go through this right now, man. And they're going to end up going through it by themselves. That's why you need a good support system to stand by each other on this. You're going to need a major support system for this, man, because it's sad, man. Before you know it, it's going to come down in Jersey. It's going to be in Jersey in a minute. It's going to be in every state. Now, all of a sudden, now you're not going to see the same people out there with them big old abortion signs. They're going to be outside your house. Then they saying that what's going on, J-Road. Then they saying that they're going to hold criminal charges. So say like if you go out of state and get pregnant, go out of state, have an abortion, and you come back, and one of your neighbors see, you know what's going to happen? They're going to go knock on your door, drag your ass outside the house, and take you down and put you in handcuffs. So you'll have a lot of people sitting over here. So you got a lot of people sitting over here right now. They don't understand what's going on right now. So what they're going to do, they're going to sit back and they're going to say, you don't know what you're talking about. But at the same time, they'd rather for you sitting on YouTube beefing with each other, arguing with each other, and downgrading each other. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing it over here. We're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that, man. We're going to sit up here and talk about real issues, man. And right now, this is real. For Texas to sit back and pass 600 laws and don't none of them support you as a people, as a whole, you got to stand up for each other, man. You got to stand up for each other. Because what's going to happen is it's going to put, like I said, it's going to put a lot of women in jail for trying to do right. If a woman want to sit there and whatever, if she want to sit there having an abortion, man, that's her opinion, man. That's her body. That's her right. That's her right. That's her body, man. That's not mine. I'm not going to sit there and control that. Because they're going to start doing that shit to men. They're going to definitely start doing that to men. When they start doing that to men, then you're going to see a change. You're going to see a change in this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going on in Texas. I'm on a couple of years ago. Mississippi was talking about it. Georgia was, I don't know if Georgia started it, because Georgia, a couple of years ago, Georgia had a high percentage of young teen pregnancies in Georgia. So who else was talking about it? Memphis, Alabama. Alabama was talking about if you get an abortion, shit, they talking about giving you life in prison. That's your right. That's your right, man. That's your right. Imagine this, right? Your wife come home from a hard day at work, right? And she gets savagely attacked. She walk in the house to tell her husband that she was raped coming home from work. They run to the hospital, whole nine. A couple weeks later, she found out she was pregnant. Now, by law, they saying that you living in Texas, she found out 6 weeks later she was pregnant, but now you can't get the abortion. So you telling me your wife got to live in that house with a baby from an unknown man, and you got to take care of that baby. As a husband, you have to take care of that child, if you like it or not. So now you tell her, I don't want to take care of the child. You try to leave the house. But because you married, they put you on child support for a kid that's not even yours. Oh, it's going to get deep. It's going to get deeper than this. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, man. It's going to get deep. It's definitely going to get deep. It's going to get deeper than this. Nah, hey, Rose Gold. Nah, Texas passed a law today. After 6 weeks, you can't get an abortion. Do you know that? Uh-huh. Now, I just want to come up here and talk about it, bring some light to it, man, because I think it's sad. I think it's sad, man. But I got my opinions why they doing this shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Years ago, right? Years ago. This when I was a teenager, right? Living on Prince Street Projects in North. Young girl was raped by a drug dealer outside, right? Every time she went out there, the cops didn't lock him up. The cops ain't doing anything to him. What's going on? What's going on, Jason? The cops didn't do anything to him. They let him sit down there, J-World. They let the brother was outside every day. He raped this young girl. Young girl ended up having a baby. But every time she went downstairs, she ain't want to have nothing to do with her. She called the cops, did nothing to him because she reported it. She reported it 2 months later. She reported the rape 2 months later. She had to be like 14, 15 years old. Now, I lived on Prince Street. I think it went up to the 14th floor or something like that. I was living on the 9th floor, 234. Corner of Prince Street and 18th Avenue. She went, no, 17th Avenue. She went right upstairs on the roof because the cops wouldn't do nothing. She had a hard time struggling with this child. The parents ain't doing nothing. The grandmother wasn't, because back then we had grandmothers. We ain't got grandmothers now. The grandmothers is younger than the grandmother is 10 years, is the grandmother now is a 15 year older than the mother. And the mother is 15 years older than the daughter. She jumped off the roof. She was trying to get abortion. But the parents, whoever was her legal guardian, made her keep it. She jumped off the roof and ended her life. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of that now. You're going to get a lot of suicides. You're going to get a lot of suicide women out here now because of this shit. Mark my words, you're going to get it. You may not believe me now. You may not want to hear what I'm saying right now, but you're going to get a lot of women that's going to go through this. And they're going to go through this shit by themselves. And now you're going to bring out a lot more predators. You're going to bring out a lot more predators now. So they're trying to snatch and grab right now. Oh, if he do it, now we get to lock him up, put him in a privatized prison and make some money off of him. That's all that's going to happen, man. That's all that's going to happen. You're going to have a lot more women going through this. You'll see. You'll see. You're going to get all these predators come out the works right now. They didn't give a damn what they did. They passed a law, they're going to stick by it. Mm-hmm. So now in Texas is guns and babies. Guns and babies, man. Texas have more mass shooting than anybody. But guns and babies. That's all it is now in the tech. Guns, baby, and weed. Guns and babies. You're going to see. You definitely going to see what it is. But I tell you this. In Texas, if you shoot somebody with a gun, you will get less time than a woman that get violently attacked and get rid of the child. She would get more time than somebody killing somebody. Watch. Go see what happened. She would get more time getting an abortion out of state, coming back home, than a young man going out there taking one of those guns and killing somebody. Other than putting guns in the hands of young adults at the age of 21, you should have put more resources and more money into Planned Parenthood. More money and research into educating young women. You should have put more money in the birth control and the condoms, but you put that money in guns. Because see, what y'all don't know, guns, because of COVID, gun prices dropped down. Where I live in the state of Pennsylvania, you can't even get bullets up here. You buy a gun, you only get in 2 boxes. You buy a gun up here, you only get into, I know. So you buy a gun in the state of Pennsylvania, they're going to give you 2 boxes, 2 rounds. Unless you go to Cabela's. That's all you're getting. But they should have put that money more into education. That's what they should have put the money at, in more birth control. But now they put money in the guns. They put money in the prisons. They forcing these women to have a child that's been victimized. They telling you what they want you to do. But then you got a lot of people sit back there and say, well, I can't have no kids. They have the right. And if they don't want the kid, give the kid to me. Because like I know it's hard as hell for people to be running around here adopting kids. Don't nobody really want to adopt no kids, man. People colorblind. You got black people adopting white kids, and white people have a problem with that. You have white people adopting black kids, and then black people have a problem with that. But the crazy part about it, the same people won't even adopt their own race. That's the thing. That's the thing about that, man. But nobody want to talk about it. When we get to talking about shit like this, you're wrong. You ain't supposed to talk about this. Nah. You ain't supposed to talk about this. We all supposed to sit back here and just let it roll off the table, man. So if you sitting back there with your wife and you sitting up with your daughters, go talk to your daughters, man. Fellas, go talk to your daughters, man. Talk to your daughters. Have a long discussion with your daughters. Have a long discussion with them. If they out here running around having sex at a young age, tell them to cut it out, man. Go to school, get your education. Wait till you're 18, go to college and get a career. You get a career before you start having kids. That's my opinion of that. Any young lady watching right now, get a career before you start having kids. Because if not, they're gonna force you to have these kids. Kids you can't take care of, and you got men. You got men running around here claiming these ain't even their kids. Sad though. Sad. I got 6 kids. I claim all of them. But you got a lot of men around here, ain't men having these kids, and they just leaving these women down here to fend for themselves. I would like to see more content creators talking about this. It shouldn't have to be one person talking about it. It shouldn't have to be one person, man. You also talk about it. Because you got women around here just going through it right now. I'm going to show you that video I just showed a little while ago. All right? I just showed this video. And this lady going from New York to D.C., her name Renee Sherman. She want people to meet up. Check out this video.
Hey, I truly don't know what to say right now. I know as leaders we're supposed to be strong. And I'm so scared, and my heart is breaking for everyone in Texas who I know had an appointment today and now has to figure out how to fly out of state, or is it going to get their abortion, for everybody who's been working overnight to provide abortions and to coordinate travel, logistics. That shit's a beast to do for people who are traveling. So thank you to everybody, abortion funds, the lawyers who have been rewriting briefs and I don't know, whatever lawyers do. And I just, this is the moment that we've all been warning about. This is the moment when we need to show up and we need to actually make our voices heard. This shit's not just a tagline. You actually need to speak up and speak out. This is for real. I don't actually know what to do. But the only thing I do know is that if we keep sharing our stories, if we keep speaking out, we keep making everyone recognize that everyone really does love some kind of abortion, and this is impacting all of us. We need to show up. I'm in New York. I've been with family. And so I'm driving back to DC. The only thing that's feeling like something I can do, want to do, is go to the Supreme Court and hold space. So if you want to meet me there, maybe 6 p.m. tonight. I know it's raining, but This is the moment. Meet me at the Supreme Court at 6 o'clock.
You got a lot of women feeling like that. You have a lot of women feeling. Can you imagine? You got 30,000 women were set to get an abortion today. And they passed this law and they shut everything down. Can you imagine you taking your daughter that got caught up in a situation with a young man or older man? And you know, at the end of the day, her having that baby is going to end her career. And you take it to the clinic and they said, no, we can't do this. So now, not only that you were struggling in a house with 5 kids, now you got a young child. She's 15, 16, whatever. I'm gonna still call her a child. You still got a child in the house that's gonna have a baby in a couple weeks. Because of COVID, because of stimulus, that done ran out. You was already struggling. Now you got to struggle with feeding a minor that's having another minor, a baby having a baby. You have to struggle with that. You're going to have to struggle with that. A baby having a baby. And that's what's going on right now. That's why I said, men, if you have daughters, Rose Gold said keep his daughter in the house. She's turned 29. If you're having daughters out here, talk to your daughters, man. Fellas, if you're out here in the club and you just smashing everything walking, slow it down, bro. Slow it down, man. I'll be 49 this month. And it took me in my 30s to know better. Took me in my 30s to know better, man. I was running and ripping. Took me in my 30s to know better. And the times we live in now, where they got our kids in the house playing video games, they ain't going outside no more. Nothing. They're sitting on the internet talking to whoever. Leaving the house, climbing out the window, going out the back door. They ended up pregnant. Now you got to front the bill. Because now the government's saying we ain't doing it no more. Now the ball falls on your lap. I'm going to tell you one day, right? Tell you a story. One day I went to court for child support. I was talking to Goof Troop earlier. Shout out to Goof Troop. We talk a lot. I went to court for child support. While I'm in there, the girl had to be no more than 13, 14 years old. The young man had to be no more than 15 years old because the two mothers was friends. This was in the state of New Jersey. The two mothers was friends. The young girl walked in there. The judge made one of the mothers take her jacket to put it on the young girl because the young girl came in there loud, showing skin and everything. The young girl already had the baby. Had the baby already. They was going back and forth. They said, who the father of these kids? Both fathers paying child support. So the judge took both of the fathers off child support and put the mothers on child support. So the young man mother, because the young man was 15, they made his mother pay child support to the baby because he was too young. But when the young girl got pregnant in front of the judge said, you allow her to have the baby? The mother said, why? It was cute. She looked cute pregnant. This is the mentality that goes on in some of the black homes. Oh, she looked cute pregnant. But when the judge put the mother on child support, it ain't look cute no more. It ain't look cute no more. So when she put the daughter on child support and took both of the fathers off support, they got mad at the judge because the judge took the fathers off support and put the mothers on support. So the daughter mother had to pay support to her. The young man mother had to pay the support for the baby. And the young man, the mother sitting there crying like, well, my son's career is shot. The judge said, well, make him get 2 jobs then. And the young girl was in there just grinning and smiling. Yes, a lot of this still falls in the household. It falls on the parent. I don't care if you're a single parent. I don't care if you're a single parent. You can still control what goes on in your house. Still controls it, but nobody's saying nothing. Because the mother 15 years older than the daughter, and the grandmother 20 years older than the mother. So you can't expect for these grandmothers now to step up and play grandma. Can't do that no more. Because grandma's still running around here with a young bull. Can't expect for grandma to do that no more. Grandma did not take a retirement, didn't go in retirement to babysit or watch somebody's child. Grandmothers don't do that no more. So what we need to do as a people is control what goes on in your household, man. You got to control it now. Got to control it now, man. That's all I'm saying. You got to stand up for these kids, man. You got to stand up for these women. Because I know how hard it is, man, for a lot of women out here to know that they're not ready to have a child. It's hard for some women out here, man. They get caught up with a good man. They think it's a good man. Come now, he end up being a loser. So now they don't want to have a baby by a loser. They don't want to have a baby by a bum. They don't want to have a baby by a 50-year-old man trying to become a rap artist. They don't want that. They don't want that for the kid. They don't want a grown man having a baby by a grown man who don't even have his life together, who don't even have a career, have a goal, sitting out there hustling. They don't want that no more. But then they get caught up and go talk to him. He on some slick. She go back. Now you got to have the baby. Now he's sitting up there running his mouth because he don't want to take responsibility. So women, listen to me. Listen to me, women. Listen. Ladies, if you know the man you with is a bum, why have a kid with him? If you know the man you with is a loser, why have a kid with him? If you know the man you with ain't about shit, why have a kid with him? Because he got good hair? Because he got dreadlocks? Because y'all both light-skinned? That ain't the reason, because now you stuck now. If a man can't equal to what you have, if a man can't put the same plate on the table you got and can't bring nothing to the table, why sit there and have a baby by the man? If you dealing with a man and you tell him to put a condom on and he tell you he allergic, then you get your ass up out of there. Same thing for men. If you're dealing with a woman and she's saying she allergic to latex, then you fall back. If you're dealing with an individual and all they want to do when they first meet you is have sex with you, you fall back. Because all it takes for 3 weeks to get him talking, get him or her talking. It takes for 3 weeks to know who you're dealing with. It don't take that long. It don't take that long to know who you're dealing with. It takes 3 weeks. The first week, it's all about you. The second week, we're gonna start building together. The third week, he gonna forget it was about you and forget about the building. He gonna forget all about once the third week come, he gonna forget about all that. She gonna tell you what you talking about. She gonna say what you talking about. I just wanted a friend. It only take 3 weeks. So what I'm trying to say is, now it's gonna come down to the point to where as though watch who you laying down with. That's all I'm saying. Watch who you laying down with, men and women. Watch who you laying down with, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Be careful who you lay down with. Be careful. Because all you see in your eyes is beauty. Be careful. Because what's going to happen is at the end of the day, you're going to get stuck with a child that the state is telling you you can't have an abortion. Controlling everything you do and say. Before you know it, they're going to tell men the same thing. They're going to be telling men. Before you know it, they're going to be telling men, oh, you got too many kids. You got to cut that. It's going to get to that point. It's going to get to that point. Control population. It's going to get to that point. Believe it. All right, I'm about to get up out of here, end this live, because I got to be to work in the morning. I ain't want to be up here all night talking, but at the end of the day, men, we need to stand by and support these women, regardless of our feelings about anything. We need to start doing that. I know sometimes women can do too much, and we guilty for that too, doing too much. But we got to stand by each other, man. We got to do that. All right, so we about to get up out of here. I appreciate you, Denise Bird. Denise Bird be riding. She becoming strong. I appreciate you, Denise Bird, Miss Lala, Rose Gold for sticking around. I appreciate anybody in the chat, man. But we about to Goof Troop, Soul Slim. Appreciate all y'all for coming by, man. I'm about to end this live because I gotta be to work in the morning. But take care of each other and love each other, man. Tone down the disrespect, man, because our women about to go through a lot of changes right now. And they're going to need some real men in their corner. Some real strong men in their corner. All right? Take care of your kids, man. We out here, man. Salute. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all.